Alright, this is video 4 for the chapter 2012 AP exam. So I've already reviewed this question, hopefully you have as well. This is non-calculator, so we can't use it. Part A is kind of unusual for a free response. It's just to take the derivative. And so the derivative of f is a chain rule. So I get 1/2 25 minus x squared to the negative 1/2 times negative 2x. And as far as the AP exam goes, you do not need to simplify your answers, so this is done. B, write an equation for the line tangent to f. Some of you have been struggling with this all year long, but you just need to boil it down when it comes down what it's asking. To write the equation of the line, I need a point, and that would be at -3, and I need a slope at -3. Well, we just made an equation to give us the slope, so I just need to plug in -3 and get the answer. So what am I going to get? I'm going to get 1/2 times 9. 25 minus 9 is 16. Square root of 16 is 4, but it's a negative power. So that means it's going to be a 4 on the bottom, times -2 times -3 would be 6. Alright. And so that's going to give me 6 over 8, or 3/4. So there's your slope. Now I need the y-coordinate of the point. So I plug that back into the original, and I get 25 minus 9 is 16. Square root of 16 is 4. So now I just need to use y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Y minus 4 equals 3/4 x plus 3, and you do not need to simplify again. You are done. Part C. Alright, piecewise function, but don't be scared. It says let g be the continuous, or the function defined by, so g of x is just the function f of x between -5 to -3. Then it switches over to this linear piece, x plus 7. Is g continuous at -3? Use the definition of continuity in your answer. So, the definition of continuity was that the limit at -3, so where we're heading, equals the output at -3. So when we get there, there's actually a value. So all I need to do is find the limit as we go to -3, which means I need to check limit as x goes to -3 from the negative side, which is plug in -3 to the function, which we've already done, and that is 4. And we check the limit as x goes to -3 from the right side, and now we're looking down here, and that equals 4. And now I need to find out what is the value at -3. The value at -3 is going to be given to me right here by plugging in -3 for f, which I just did in finding the limit, and that equals 4. So the answer is yes, because the limit as x approaches -3 equals the output at -3. And we're done. Part D. Part D, they want me to integrate. It's a very strange free response question. There's really no concepts involved. It's just calculation based, which is not really normal. Okay, so we look at this problem and we're thinking about integrating, and it's a word we haven't used very recently, but hopefully we can recognize because of both the embedded function and the fact that there's a product that we need to use substitution. So I will let u equal the most embedded function, 25 minus x squared. And then I take the derivative, which is going to be negative 2x dx. I have an x dx, so I'm going to move the negative 2 over. Negative half du is x dx. So that becomes negative 1/2 du. So negative 1/2 du. And then the integral becomes simply the square root of u. And so now we take the antiderivative, and I get 2/3 u to the 3/2. I have the negative 1/2 out here as well. And therefore I get negative 1/3 u to the 3/2, or negative 1/3, put the u back in, 25 minus x squared to the 3/2. Now I want to value it from 0 to 5. So I plug in 5, and I get 0 minus, now I plug in 0, and I get the square root of 25 is 5. 5 cubed is 125, times negative 1/3 becomes plus 125 thirds. And that should be my answer. No explanation required, just the work showing the answer. Let's see how we did. Alright. So here's question 4. Part A, 1/2, half that to the negative 1/2. They did simplify, but it shouldn't be necessary. There's 2 points. Part B, they found the slope of 3/4. They found the value of 4. They wrote the equation of the tangent line. They used point slope as well and just moved the 4 over. 2 points. They found the limit from the left and the limit from the right, and it all equaled themselves. So, did I miss part of this question? Oops, that was weird, excuse me. No, I didn't. They just plugged in some more values here. Actually, I'm going to look at that again. Let's just see how we did on the rest of it. Therefore, G is continuous. Okay, I'm going to read that again. 125 thirds is what we got for part D, so we're good there. Alright, so what did they do on C? The limit of G of x from the negative side equals the limit from f on the negative side. Oh, I'm sorry, I see what they did. So they're saying to find the limit of G, what I really need to do is find the limit of f, because that's what the function was, which was 4. So they were just a little bit more wordy than what we were. But so this was all just them finding the limit, that it's equal to 4. Then they found that the value was 4, because they did exactly what we did. They just a little more wordy, and I don't think it was necessary. Okay, let's see how they did. The average score actually was 4.09, so actually people did pretty well in this question. You know, less than half is considered well, I guess. So hopefully you did as well. And we've got next video coming up.